What would Metropolis be like if Superman retired? One thing wrong with that scenario, Superman gives a damn.
Superman, he built the Fortress of Solitude up at the North Pole to, sort of get away from it all.
Started with Superman Cave.
Come, son of Jor-El! Kneel before Zod! Snoochie boochies.
Navigating through the chaos of these modern days. Lost in the radio.
Hi everybody, welcome to Radio Labyrinth.
Hey, Jim! Whoa!
Excuse me.
That's a bad outfit! Hey, it's Superman!
Superman?
That's me.
Destroy Superman. Destroy Superman.
You know, maybe it is a little cold. It's, what's the word I'm searching for? It's a little alien.
You're letting him kill Martha!
Superman is back in theaters as of today. It was released on the 11th, which is Friday, yesterday. And so we're going to talk about all the great Superman movies, all the bad Superman movies, who our favorite Superman actors were, and who our least favorite Superman actors were, including the villains. But let's talk a little bit about Superman. What is the official name? It's just called Superman, directed by James Gunn, who is sort of has taken over the DC universe, if I'm not wrong. Am I right about that?
Yeah, he's the actual CEO of DC.
Every movie that comes out now that is property or IP that's been around for a long time, that's a franchise, there's little tweaks to the characters that are made because they're not just selling the movie to the United States. They're not just selling it to an American market. It's a global market. Hollywood has been hit really hard. We all know that. We know people who were in the film industry who are not getting any work. And Atlanta is even starting to dry up. There's still some things going on, but there are people sitting around on their hands because of AI and other things like that. But
the good part about that is James Gunn lives in Atlanta. He lives in Fayetteville.
Oh, he does.
And so he wants to shoot more of his work here, not just to be closer to home, but he knows what Atlanta has. And if Marvel is going to back their way slowly out of Trilith, then he wants to move himself in. And I think it's possible.
Yeah. Well, and I didn't know that he lived here, but and in Fayetteville. I mean, hey, talk about not living in Atlanta. David Corenswet, is that his name?
Yeah.
Yep.
Is he an American or a Brit or something?
Yeah, he's American.
He's American.
I've never heard of him before, but he looks good in the Superman outfit. He is Superman and Clark Kent. Rachel Brosnahan is playing Lois Lane. Nicholas Hoult, Lex Luthor. Nathan Fillion is Green Lantern. Isabella Merced is Hawkgirl. I don't know why Hawkgirl's in it. Millie Alcock from House of the Dragons is playing Supergirl, which I think is awesome also. Although I like my Supergirl to be, sexy like that one that was on that CBS show.
Oh, you don't care for Christian Slater's sister?
Helen Slater.
Mm-hmm.
Is that his sister?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Supergirl? Yeah.
I never knew that was his sister.
Billie Jean?
Yeah, Billie Jean.
Yep.
Yeah.
I never knew that. Wow. You learn all sorts of things. Wow. But she was good as Supergirl, even though that wasn't that good of a film. Also in this movie, Bradley Cooper is playing Jor-El. Anthony Carrigan is playing Noho Metamorpho. Skylar Gisondo from the Righteous Gemstones is playing Jimmy Olsen, and Wendell Pierce is playing Perry White. And there's a whole bunch of other cameos and stuff in this movie. I'm absolutely positive that this is going to be a treat for Superman fans, and it's getting good audience scores and good critic scores. In fact, the audience is higher, which means that it's good. But it's doing really well on Rotten Tomatoes already. So I can't wait to see it. I'm sure everybody on the panel here who likes Superman is looking forward to it as well. Now, there's two things that happens when these movies come out, which I was referring to at the beginning, is it gets this weird marketing. And we've been dealing with this since the mid 20-teens, around 2014, 2015, is that there has to be a message. Whether there is or whether there isn't, it just becomes part of the marketing, and it's negative to some people and positive to others. One, James Gunn said this is an immigrant story, and people are pushing back. No, it's not. Superman's American. Well, It might be an immigrant story. I'm sure that won't be the major thrust of the film, so don't let it bother you. And the other thing is Superman's slogan. I've seen this all day today. You know, the old slogan, truth, justice, and the American way, is now truth, justice, and the human way. Who cares? It's a movie. It's Superman. Don't let it upset you. If it bothers you that much, don't go see it and just watch the 78 movie. Those things aren't critical to the story or the film, so don't let them bother you. It's just all social media nonsense.
My dad wants to take us to go see it, and he mentioned that, he's a Fox News watcher, and he goes, do you think it's going to be too woke? And I was like, let's not think about it. Let's just go and not have preconceived ideas about what it's going to be. Let's just go enjoy the movie.
It's kind of ironic because Superman is the epitome of woke and always has been. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what his whole story is based on.
Well, if you want to go back to the creation of Superman, he is a messianic character created by, I do believe, and cut this out if I'm wrong, but I do believe that he was created by a Jewish writer and a Jewish cartoonist who put him together, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So he could be a Christ-like figure.
Well, or messianic, not Christ.
Yeah, not so much Christ-like.
Like that.
Well, I mean, it's the same kind of story.
Well, yeah.
Right.
Just you know what I'm saying?
Right, yes. And, just because it was created in the United States and he became a patriotic figure and, then in the 50s, the TV show really established him as, fighting for the American way. Some people around the world don't really identify with the American way, but they do identify with Superman because he's popular globally. So enough about that. Let's just say that it exists and we acknowledge it, and you can either choose to let it control you or you can ignore it. Some things are so blatantly obvious that you're not going to want to watch that you don't need to be told. And I think by now, all of us, especially Gen Xers, who've watched the properties that we grew up loving be changed or bastardized or whatever. So you can spot it. It's Superman. Go see Superman. If you like Superman, go see Superman.
I'm excited to see it. I think and the reviews on it are great. And they said Corn Sweat. Yeah, they said since Christopher Reeve, there hasn't been a better Superman. So I'm excited about that.
I liked Cavill, but not as much as I liked Reeve.
Yeah.
Same. He was all right.
I think if you had Cavill in a movie like Reeves,
yes,
it would have been a lot better. The problem was he was stuck in a Zack Snyder world.
Let's throw him in all these junk movies.
Yeah, or change his outfit and show the darkest part of Superman's lore. Yeah, it was. I'm glad
that they never made that movie with Nicolas Cage, where years ago they released what the Superman costume was going to look like, and he had the long hair and he looked like that weird mid-early 90s Superman with the flow.
I would have watched it. Kevin Smith wrote the
script.
Yeah, but they wouldn't have let him.
Supposed to be Tim Burton was going to do it, and they did actually use that if you watched the Flash movie. They go through all these different multiverses and you see all these different variations and sure enough, there's Nicolas Cage as Superman fighting the giant spider that was in the script that Kevin Smith wrote.
So they took that giant spider and put it in that Maverick movie.
And put it in Wild Wild West.
Yeah. Oh, that's what it was. It was Wild Wild West. Yeah. Let's talk about where it all began. So originally, the Superman animated theatrical shorts by Fleischer. They've done an awful lot. They have a really good X account where you can buy stills or you can watch. They're upscaling a lot of the old Fleischer cartoons. And Famous Studios. The first movie was Superman and the Mole Men, 1951, with George Reeves, who would end up playing him in the serial that was on television that we all grew up with. If you grew up in the 70s, it was on TV all the time. Superman the movie, 1978, You Will Believe a Man Can Fly with Christopher Reeve. I did not have the luxury of seeing that movie in the movie theater, but I did see it shortly after. Margot Kidder, Gene Hackman.
Lex Luthor, the greatest criminal mind of our time.
Marlon Brando, who got paid at the time a ridiculous salary for the limited amount of time he's in the movie, but it was Marlon Brando. And so it was giving the film legitimacy, I suppose. And Ned Beatty, Mr. Luthor. Yay, Mr. Luthor. And a lot of other people are in there. You know, the guy who played Perry White in that movie, whose name I can't think of, Jackie Cooper, was it that? Was it Jackie?
Yeah, he
Cooper?
was in Little Rascals.
Little Rascals, yes.
Yeah.
But that's where it all kicked off, you know, and it was the 70s were the birth of the blockbuster. You had Jaws, Star Wars, and then this.
When Superman the movie came out, that was really, to me, when Superman started. I mean, I didn't see it in the theater, but it was one of those movies that they showed on like the Sunday night movie on ABC.
Yes.
And
it was
that
3
was
hours
where
long.
I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had it on VHS, but like recorded from the TV. We had all of them.
With the commercials. Yeah.
So we watched them a lot growing up.
Jeff, did your mom and dad take you to see it?
I don't remember seeing it in the theater. I remember seeing it at home.
Yeah.
Probably on HBO
or on TV. It would have been on TV before it was, because nobody had HBO till what, 80, 81?
Yeah. Y'all lucky folks up north. Yeah.
we were
like 5
lucky.
years after that.
HBO signed off at like 1 o'clock in the morning. It didn't start again until 3 in the afternoon at first.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then once it went 24 hours, they started showing R-rated movies at like 5 or 4, and I would get up early so I could see Brooke Shields naked.
Yeah.
Blue Lagoon.
Yes.
Age 15.
My mom caught me watching Blue Lagoon, and she went, "Get up!" I took the HBO hookup from the main TV and put it in my bedroom, and she heard me in there when she got up for work. She said, "What are you watching?"
Now, Superman 2, you notice differences in the second one. Well, the whole story around that was, you know, Donner made the original Superman, and he also at the same time planned on making the second one. So the first one was written with the second one in mind all at one time. And when he went to make the second one, he filmed 95% of the film and then got fired for creative differences. And they brought in a different director, and they just
Richard
Lester, yeah. And they basically just chopped up what he had done, filmed a few things with pickups, but put out a movie that now, me growing up, I loved. That was my favorite Superman movie, was Superman 2. But
That's
was
my favorite
different.
too.
And the Donner cut, which they did finally release, I don't know, 10 years ago, it was actually put back together the way Richard Donner intended it to be. And if you ever watch that cut, it is so much of a better movie and a better story that 1 and 2 are practically one movie.
Yeah.
And that was one of those things that, of course, you had the most quoted line from 2 was
Kneel before Zod!
But they're all introduced at the beginning of the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they go back at the beginning of the second movie and do a longer scene and show you more that happened in that trial before they exiled them to the Phantom Zone.
We watched the third Superman this afternoon after
with Richard
we did all
Pryor
our stuff. Yeah, with Richard Pryor. And why I like Christopher Reeve so much as Superman is because he really is like people make fun of because like he puts the glasses on and you can't tell he's Superman, but he's totally different characters. Like he is so good.
Yeah.
And then the third one, he turns like into like the bad guy Superman.
He's flicking the peanuts.
And he's
in the
really
bar.
good. He's really good at that too. And I'm looking at him going, oh my gosh, he looks nasty.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just his acting ability as he was the perfect Superman.
Well, Lester directed Superman 3 also. And again, that's Christopher Reeve still as Superman. Richard Pryor, for some reason.
Doing that wonderful trick where they take the fractions of a cent and round them off and put them in a different account.
This sounds familiar. Yeah, they did in Superman 3.
I think they did that in Ghost as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he did in Ghost, yeah.
Annette O'Toole. I guess Margot Kidder couldn't be bothered. And again, Robert Vaughn. And then you have Superman 4, The Quest for Peace, which came out in 1987. Now, this was a Warner Brothers movie, but it was also a canon film. And it was directed by Sidney J. Furie. Again, Christopher Reeve, Gene Hackman, Margot Kidder comes back, Mariel Hemingway, and John Cryer. Gene Hackman, I guess, just needed a paycheck because this whole thing in 87 was about Oh God, what was it about, Dustin?
The only reason that they made Superman 4 was because of Christopher Reeve. This was his baby. He would come up with the concept and everything because we were in the middle of the Cold War, the height of the Cold War in '87, and that was what this was based on. So that's why you have, all the nuclear disarmament in the beginning, and of course the invention of Nuclear Man.
Yeah, terrible. The space fight scenes are awful.
The junkyard fight scenes.
They're all bad. And then him carrying the giant bag of nuclear weapons to the sun.
Yeah.
Or no, wherever he threw them.
He threw them, to the sun. Yeah.
They're all in a bag. Every nuclear weapon on the planet in a bag. And
we're going to be watching that one tonight.
All right. Hate to ruin it for you.
It's okay. I've seen it before. I just don't. It's been so long. I don't remember it. But Al wants to watch all of them before we go see.
Okay. Well, you got a lot ahead of you.
In the theater.
Yeah.
So then after 87, Superman sort of disappears from the theaters. There's TV shows. There was Superboy. I didn't even remember this one.
Oh, Superboy? The Adventures of Superboy?
I remember that.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
There was actually they had to go through two different actors for Superman during that. Halfway through, it changed actors.
And it was a live action show?
Yeah, it was very much like Smallville or any of those type boys, but it had a lot more. Of course, this was the 80s, so I think the only other superhero thing you had around then was the Flash series.
Oh, that awful TV series.
Yeah, and so they actually brought in a lot of comic lore. You had Bizarro Superman was in the Superboy series.
Now, who is Superboy?
It's just a young version of it's college age Clark Kent.
Okay, I thought it was a different person.
No, it's him in Florida in a college.
Okay.
In journalism school.
And Supergirl is his cousin, so.
Yes.
All right. So then, finally, television does another Superman show, Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman, which was on air from 93 to 97. Was that on ABC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't watch this either, but I'm sure a lot of people did. It was Warner Brothers that produced it, of course. Dean Cain, that's where he got famous before he wasn't famous. Terry Hatcher, Lane Smith, Eddie Jones, and Kate Callan. Now, talk about that show, because, again, I didn't watch it.
I never watched Lois and Clark. I watched a few episodes of it. It was nothing that I followed episodically.
It was a huge hit, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was big. It's one of those series that went way beyond in syndication.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Afterwards. It stopped in 97, but it kept running till the mid teens.
It was a very 90s show, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He returns in 2006. Superman returns to the theaters. Bryan Singer, we won't talk about him. The primary cast was Brandon Routh, Kate Bosworth, Kevin Spacey, who I think did a good job as Lex Luthor, James Marsden, and Parker Posey. Who did Parker Posey play?
She was the his evil little kind of Miss Tessmacher.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now it was a homage to Superman 2 by Donner.
Okay.
So it's actually a sequel to Superman 2.
It's a direct sequel, so.
Yeah. It's Superman leaves at the end of 2, and he goes to visit Krypton to see where his planet was and if there was anything left. And he flew there and flew back. But the thing was, by doing that, time went however many years on Earth that he was gone. And so he appears back. And at the beginning, it was kind of cool. It's like Superman's gone. Superman disappeared. Nobody knows where he was for years. And then he comes back. And yeah, I thought Kevin Spacey was an awesome Luthor.
Yeah, I didn't really care for Brandon Routh.
I didn't watch it because of Brandon Routh. He just didn't look like a good Superman to me. I know that sounds absolutely shallow, but when I looked at him, I'm like, nah.
Don't we all do that though sometimes?
I don't like the way he looks. I'm not watching it. Not a Superman anyway. I'm not saying he's a bad looking guy. I just did not like him as Superman. But maybe that's because I was just, holding on to Christopher Reeves. I don't know.
Everybody was at that time.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, at the same time that Superman Returns is released, there is a series that is on. I think it's the WB. Jeff, you did watch this one, and I can't believe it ran for 10 years. Smallville.
Yeah.
Tom Welling, Michael Rosenbaum, Allison Mack, Allison Mack, she's no longer working. Kristen Kruk, Erica Durrance, John Schneider, and Annette O'Toole, who I believe Annette O'Toole and John Schneider played Martha and
Jonathan Kent.
Kent. So what was that show all about, Jeff?
It was like high school.
Yeah.
High school Superman.
I loved that show. I watched it too. I had all the DVDs. Loved it.
He never really became Superman until like the last season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the thing. It was 9 years of Superman without a suit.
Right, no suit.
It was good. And Michael Rosenbaum, he may be my favorite Lex Luthor character.
He was really good as Lex
from that
Luthor.
show.
Yeah, he was good.
He looked good as Luthor.
Yeah.
Yes. Easy on the eyes.
Jeff and I sort of lived with each other quite a bit during those that 10-year run, so I would notice him watching it and sometimes would pay attention. Yeah, I should go back and watch all these shows. I don't think Lois and Clark, but I should go back and watch Smallville. 2013, you got The Man of Steel. That's Zack Snyder, and I like Zack Snyder. A lot of people don't, but I love his personal edit of Justice League. I think that's a very good, well done film. But anyway, this is the introduction of Henry Cavill. Amy Adams is in it. She plays Lois Lane. Michael Shannon. Now, is he Zod?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and then in Batman versus Superman, he becomes Doomsday. Derivative of Doomsday. Russell Crowe, I guess he's Jor-El.
Mm-hmm.
Diane Lane and Kevin Costner are Jonathan and Martha. And Lawrence Fishburne takes the role of Perry, right? Yeah. This one isn't such a bad film, I don't think. Not one of my favorites, but
no,
thought
it was good. I mean, it's a great reboot, for that. It's just as good as that Snyder cut is of the Justice League movie. I wonder what the rest of that series would have been like without the studio's input and just Snyder making his story.
Might have been good.
Yeah.
But then you have that whole run. You have Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice, that came out in 2016. A lot of elements in that were taken from the Dark Knight comic book, especially the fight between Superman and Batman.
New Batman?
Yes. Ben Affleck.
Yep. Batfleck.
Yeah, Batfleck. Gal Gadot.
Ben Affleck, who played George Reeves.
Yes, he did.
Hollywoodland movie.
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. George Reeves was a creep.
Yeah. How did he die? I forgot. He got shot by somebody, right?
Wasn't it like an ex?
Yeah. Jesse Eisenberg, who is one of my least favorite actors of all time. He's Luthor. Amy Adams and Jeremy Irons. Then you got Justice League 2017. Henry Cavill again. Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, Jason Momoa as Aquaman, Ezra Miller, Ray Fisher, Amy Adams. And that's where it sort of stops 4 years ago when it comes to film. Here's a series I've never, ever in my life watched. Superman and Lois, that ran for 3 years, 2021 to 2024. Did anybody watch that show?
Yeah,
I've never even heard of it.
Yeah, I watched it only because it tied in with the Arrowverse.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you guys were into that, the Arrowverse, right?
Yeah, all those different shows from there. And it was basically Superman, Super Dad.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Was what it was. Yeah.
His two kids both had superpowers.
Yeah. So he was trying to raise them like he was raised by Jonathan and Martha.
Did Superman ever show up on that Supergirl show?
Yeah, I think Tyler Ocean came on as Superman on that.
Yeah.
Okay. And he played Superman in Superman and Lois. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's older in that show, and they're older. They're not little. They're not young. And
no. In that one, they're young adults. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, probably 30s.
And that leads us to the film that opened this weekend that we all want to see. Let us know your thoughts on any of the Superman shows. Who's your favorite Superman? Who's your least favorite? And all the characters. And if you see Superman this weekend and you watch our show, put it down in the comments what you thought. Now, Superman made an impact in pop culture. You think back to sitcoms like Seinfeld. He loved Superman. But it wasn't just his character on Seinfeld. He liked Superman. He would talk about him. So there's lots of Easter eggs in his apartment.
I think Superman appeared in every episode.
Yes, he did.
He had that statue.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love Superman. He's great. He's super. Well, let's talk about who our favorite actors are, our favorite film versions of Superman are. I'll go real quick. My favorite Superman, of course, is Christopher Reeve. That's my favorite Superman movie. My least favorite Superman movie, and I should have been thinking about Superman 4 because that's, in reality, that is the worst of all of them. But I'm gonna change it, and Jeff and I can agree. My favorite is Superman from '78. My least favorite is Superman 4.
Yeah, mine too.
Well, my favorite is Superman 2, Donner Cut. I like 2, but Donner Cut's so much better. And my least favorite Superman was Dean Cain. I couldn't stand that dude.
Yeah, my favorite is Superman 2 as well, but I haven't seen the Donner Cut. Or if I have, I don't remember. So I need to watch that. And then my least favorite is, what's his name? Ralph.
Brandon
Routh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ralph.
Didn't like the looks of that. Didn't like the cut of his jib.
And I'm the same way when it comes to actors. I love Christopher Reeve. Don't like Brandon Routh. As far as villains go, my favorite of all time, of course, is Mr. Luthor, Lex Luthor, as played by Gene Hackman, who I think is probably my favorite actor ever. And my least favorite Lex Luthor is Jesse Eisenberg, which I'm sure you could have guessed.
I picked Michael Cudlett's Lex Luthor from the Superman and Lois.
I had no idea he played that.
Yeah, he wasn't like smart or anything.
Oh, really?
He was just like a big bully.
He was just an ass.
Yeah.
My favorite is Michael Rosenbaum as Lex Luthor.
Yes.
He was a good Lex Luthor.
He was a good Lex Luthor, and I like the whole back story to it, and like seeing like different dimensions of Lex Luthor and a complex personality instead of just like the bad smart guy. You know what I mean? But Jesse Eisenberg, he
was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. My favorite villain, I guess, would be Terrence Stamp.
Superman
2.
Jeez, yeah, it's hard. It's hard to pick, but yeah, that was great. What about the guy who goes...
that guy.
All right. So let us know what you think. Who's your favorite Superman actor? Who's your favorite Superman villain? Who's your least favorite? Post it in the comments below.
Interrupt this program for a special news bulletin.
We interrupt programming to bring you this breaking news bulletin.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin. We interrupt this program to bring you this bulletin.
Here's some stories that we've been following at the Radio Labyrinth news desk.
Because of the merger with Paramount Plus, they pushed the South Park premiere from the 7th to the 23rd, and it's now going to be on Comedy Central.
So it's back on the 23rd. Comedy Central. Yep. Who merged with whom?
Paramount's merging with Skydance or something.
Yeah.
Doesn't Skydance own Twitter? Or is that... No. ByteDance owns TikTok.
Yeah.
So Skydance. Okay, yeah. So this is holding it up. And also they had that lawsuit that the president filed against CBS. So that was part of, tied up in all of this.
And the shitty part about that is, I mean, everybody knows the way South Park is made is it's made the week before. That's why you can have so many current topics right there. And so right now they're 3 episodes deep.
Right.
And South Park's never been produced that way before.
Yeah.
Well, there's going to be a lot of weird stuff in there.
Yeah.
Like Elon Musk's tantrum and stuff. Although the last time Elon Musk was on South Park, he voiced it himself. So they must like him. Well, sorry. The Juan Epstein list will not be released. In fact, there isn't one. His mother didn't take notes, and Barbarino never went to the island, although Mr. Potter did. That's how much I care about the Epstein list.
So what happened to that list that was on that chick's desk?
She never said she had a list. It's all...
She said she had documents.
Yeah,
she
said had the documents. She never said there was a specific list.
Right. None of them did, but they did milk it.
Now, my theory that I brought up about a month ago is looking to be a lot more correct.
What, that Trump's in it?
He went, make this disappear. Tell everybody this didn't happen.
You think?
And that's
what if it's more like the CIA, the intelligence agencies, like CIA,
all intelligence stuff. He was a honeypot. He wasn't even the guy who ran it. He was just a facilitator and a concierge. And the woman that's in jail, that Ghislaine Maxwell, she went out and got all the women, got all the girls. They weren't women, they were girls. The majority of them you'll never hear from because they got a sweet payday and they went and took the money.
Right.
A couple of them you heard from.
Yeah, why did he himself if
because he was going to spend the rest of his life in jail?
Lack of evidence.
He was going to spend the rest of his life in jail, and he was used to lavish lifestyle. I mean, most people that were like that would probably do that.
Well, who's he trafficking to?
Well, why is she in jail then? If there's not there, but you got to understand the evidence that they put her in jail with was testimony from the girls.
Yes,
had nothing to do with a list or clients.
Right. And the client list, like when a pimp gets arrested or a madam gets arrested, like the Hollywood madam, you remember her, or the Mayflower? And those are big famous madams from the 80s and 90s. Those lists got let out because they kept a little black book. This guy was an intelligence asset. So he didn't have a little black book with all their names in it. There are files and everything. Trump is definitely on the flight logs because he went down to Florida or whatever and flew on that plane. The guy had a private jet. Kevin Spacey is too. A lot of people are on that. But what you're never going to find out are the men who had sex with these young women. I'm going to wrap it all up in a nice bow. Everything is so sensationalized, and for over a decade now, people have been expecting the people that they don't like in politics, no matter what side you're on, to be arrested and handcuffed. And Musk is stoking it because he just created a new party. And what is he doing? He's doing the same thing that the GOP did last time. He's saying, well, if you vote for the American Party or the America Party, one of our top priorities is to release the names on the Epstein list. No, you just want money. And that's something that'll get it out there. So we're never going to see it. We're never going to see it. And it sucks because I would love to see all of them. I don't care who they are. Do that. But, it's a very nuanced thing, and people don't like nuance.
Yeah,
I heard you were on the Wayland Flowers and Madam list.
I'd proudly say that I was on the Wayland Flowers and Madam list. If I got to hang out with Madam, I'd let Wayland do whatever he wanted.
Dune 3 is coming out, and they finally released the name for it, and a lot of fans are upset because you had Dune, and of course the first movie they had to break into two parts. So they had part 1 and part 2. So when they came to this next Dune movie, everyone assumed it was going to be Dune Messiah. But they went with the kind of bland name of Dune Part 3.
Dune Part 3.
That's it.
All right.
Yeah. Villeneuve really, I mean, as visually masterful as he is, he can't come up with a name to save his life.
I didn't see Dune 2. Everybody was complaining about it, but I guess I should watch it. I like the first one.
It's good. It's great.
The second one's good?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
I'm one of those rare people that likes the original Dune film.
Oh, yeah. That's my favorite, but for whole other reasons. It's just sentimental. Yeah.
Diddy stuff. Diddy stuff. Diddy stuff.
Final installment.
It's the final installment of the Diddler. Yes. Basically, his sentencing is October 3rd. The defense was going to try to push it up, but I think they decided not to because where he's at right now, like they believe he will get credit for time served. So they're not trying to push him to go to the federal prison quite yet.
So he's going to stay in jail till October?
Yes. And the prosecution is looking for 51 to 63 months or 78 to 97 months. And the defense is gets credit for time served and then maybe 21 to 27 months. And apparently he got a standing ovation when he went back into the jail after the verdict.
Because he beat the charges, but
they dropped those charges.
Super
and then
bad stuff. Yeah,
he beat the really serious charges. They could only convict him on 2 lesser charges.
Well, this is another case where people are expecting to see a list or videos of celebrities having shit like that. You're not going to see it.
I don't want to see celebrities having. To be honest with you, I don't want to see that on video. I just
Judi Dench, come on.
Judi Dench.
But only in the cat's
Oprah
makeup.
with a pearl necklace.
Yeah, that wouldn't be the first.
Views. Or.
Snooze.
Yeah, last week was Head of State, which I watched. It was pretty fun.
Was it?
Yeah. Sandman, I watched the 6 that are out. They cut the final season in half. The rest of them come out at the end of the month.
It's good.
Yeah. And Ballard, which I haven't watched yet. This week, Always Sunny comes back. on the 9th today.
Nice.
Season 17.
Yeah, no shit. Can you imagine if they did one every year? How many would they have?
Well,
Like 28?
they are now the longest running live action show.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they haven't done a season every year. The last couple of years they've skipped, right?
Yeah, they skip a year. Yeah. And now I'm afraid of what they're going to look like because
oh, they look old.
They all went and got plastic surgery.
I know, but they don't look that good.
No.
You saw the trailer, right?
Yeah, it looks bad.
Yeah. Except for Danny DeVito, who looks just like Danny DeVito.
He just looks like Danny DeVito.
The show Back to the Frontier comes on the Magnolia Network, the network of Tim's buddy there.
Is it on Max?
It's going to be on Max next day.
Uh-huh.
It's about 3 families that go back to like 1880s times and have to live nearby.
It's kind of like a lone Little House on the Prairie style.
I'm going to have to watch that.
Yeah.
They don't get bit by a rattlesnake.
Christ, I hope they water. They all get cholera. One.
Yeah. Then
Mom
Dexter
dies of
Resurrection.
dysentery.
Yeah.
Dexter Resurrection comes back on the 11th.
Yeah, I'm into that. I got to watch a recap because I never made it through my rewatch. I'm still stuck on 8, which I think is terrible. But the season after that, the one where he's in wherever he is in upstate New York.
Yeah,
right?
with the sun.
In the mountains.
Yeah, I want to rewatch that one. So I'll do it concurrently.
I didn't love that.
Yeah.
Most people didn't, which is why they're doing this one.
Yes, why they're
I mean, I watched it and you know, it was okay, but I don't know.
Harrison.
But I do like the
That's
Dexter
pretty good.
Resurrection.
Do that again.
Harrison.
That's pretty good. I have to go find Dexter. Maria. Did you like the one with the kid, Lizzie?
Yeah, the young Dexter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I did like that one. I like that they put Dexter in. They just put the actor in a wig to make him look younger.
Yeah, I hated that.
Yeah.
I liked the way they did it.
Yeah, the Uncanny Valley was a little strong with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's. I think I'm going to try that Back to the Frontier. So
Yeah, it looks pretty fun.
I'm going to have to keep this sheet of paper so I'm reminded to watch all of these. So let's do some staff picks. Now, the other day I texted Dustin and I said, "Hey, have you ever heard of this show, Scavenger's Reign?"
And what did I text you back?
Why don't you say what you texted me back?
I said, "Oh, you mean that show that me and Jeff tried to get you to watch a year ago? That you would love it because it was just like came out of our
I kept
childhood."
telling you about
Yes,
it.
I've seen
Ira texted me about it when it was first on HBO Max before it even went to Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I was watching it back then.
You know how long it's been? It's been long enough for HBO Max to come back.
Yes. Well, so it only ran one season. It got canceled. But I was talking last week about this author and social media guy that I like, Jason Pargin, and he was talking, this is the best show that was ever made that never got another season. And I said, all right, I'll go watch it because I respect Jason, this guy I don't know more than Dustin and Jeff. Who knows? And no, but it was great. And so that's like, I think Dustin mentioned this. I didn't want to put it in staff picks without asking first. And it's like, yeah, okay. But it is really good. I've watched the first 2 episodes. It's something to savor. The animation's great. And then the other thing, I got a lot of laughs out of the Bobby Moynihan on Harland Highway this week with Harlan Williams.
Yeah, that was originally going to be my staff pick until Frank Central Padre announced his new podcast.
This excites me. That guy, he and Gilbert Gottfried got me through the pandemic. That podcast and the Talking Sopranos podcast.
This is called Fun for All Ages, where they're just going to look at different pop culture stuff throughout the years.
And he's going to host and he's going to have guests, right?
I don't know if he's going to have a co-host or what. There's a little teaser that's on the Gilbert Colossal podcast feed.
Where are we on that thing you talked about?
He said to contact him early next week. Maybe we can get him to come on.
Did you remind him who we are?
Yeah.
Tell him that my son's name is Gilbert?
I didn't tell him that.
He liked our page this week, too.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. What'd you say, Lizzie? I'm sorry.
Hey, did you tell him I said hi? Did you tell him about me?
Always about that with you. You have to tell the famous people that Lizzie said hi. And if you forget, you will never hear the end of it. I would love to have him on. The last time I sent him a message, because he follows I don't know if he's still on X, but he followed Radio Labyrinth's page a long time ago. So I would send him messages. And the last time I sent him a message, he wrote back and said, if I'm not, he goes, if I'm correct, you have a son named Gilbert. And I don't even remember that. So he's a real cool dude. I would love to have him on, even if it's for like 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I told him. He can just pop on if he had a few minutes.
My staff pick is, since we had talked about it earlier, it is the Donner cut of Superman 2.
Sweet.
Where can you watch that? Is that on the DC hub of HBO Max?
It should be. Oh, yeah, the Donner cut is. Yeah, all of them right now. You can get pretty much everything Superman.
I saw they had a big Superman thing, kind of like they did with Jaws, where they're showing all the Jaws stuff.
Yeah, they'll run them just
50th anniversary.
live.
They had a Superman thing.
Yeah.
They had a big Superman hub too. That was like all the Superman stuff.
But yeah, it's so much better if you watch the first one and then just pick right up with that one. It's almost like one big movie.
Yeah, so my staff pick is pretty much the same as Dustin's, but I did not watch the Donner one, but it was still good.
The reason the Donner cut is so good is because there are a bunch of people trapped in a mountain eating each other.
For real?
No.
You had a party in the mountain.
Oh, the Donner party. Yeah.
Mr. Sam Elliott, and I want to talk to you about one of the places I like to go whenever I'm in the Atlanta area, Atlanta Pizza and Gyro. And they've proudly been serving the East Metro Atlanta area for over 40 years. Atlanta Pizza and Gyro is a place to be this summer. I don't know if they have Coors. Coors is a banquet beer, but they are featuring 3 tavern breweries and Night on Ponce. That's an IPA, and it's now available on draft. Atlanta Pizza and Gyro has the best gyros, pizzas, hot subs, and Greek and Italian specialties around. Family-owned and operated, independent restaurants are a dying breed. And Atlanta Pizza and Gyro continue to be a local favorite, serving the east side of Atlanta for over 30 years. Hey, Mike's food truck is out and about, so if you see the food truck, run up. Contact Mike at 770-483-6228 if you're interested in booking the food truck for your corporate or private event. Tuesday nights, they got team trivia from 7 to 8:30 p.m. Bring your smartest friends and test your trivia knowledge against the best Conyers has to offer. Hey, they're open for dine-in or takeout Monday through Friday from 11 to 9. Saturdays, 12 to 9. They're closed on Sunday, which is Lord's Day, dude. Another fine sponsor of Radio Labyrinth is LDI Repro Printing. Do you have commercial or residential construction printing needs? Well, what are you waiting for? Contact LDI Repro Printing of Athens. They've been in Athens, Georgia since 2005 with fast turnaround and affordable prices. Call 706-316-9366 or email them at athens@ldiline.com.
Guys, are you reading the online comments?
Gotta read some of these comments.
I'm loving your guys' comments.
You're reading your own comments?
Yeah, they're really good. I worked hard on them.
The secret is don't read the comment cards.
All right, let's read your comments. We love it when you leave comments on our social media, or especially right here in one place at the on the YouTube page. We have some good ones this week. Homar says, "Spot on Nancy Grace imitation, Liz."
Hey, thanks, Omar.
This guy says, "Had a good time Saturday evening with y'all. For me, my Back to the Future favorite moments are the chemistry between Biff and Marty's mom."
Who said that?
Jones, your husband.
Oh my.
Which is a very funny comment. And we'll talk about how we met in the after show, Radios in the Dark, because we had a good time hanging out the other night. Fuxie says, and I think this is also directed at Liz, "Regular show was one of my top shows. It had so many hilarious, weird, and heartbreaking moments. It also had a fantastic ending."
Yes. Love the regular show.
Yeah.
Alan says, "Guess it's been too long since I rewatched Back to the Future. Didn't do so well with Dustin's challenge." No, none of us did. It still freaks me out to see stills with Eric Stoltz and Doc. I can't imagine any other actor than Michael J. Fox as Marty McFly, and no one else can. In fact, I saw on, I guess it was Instagram, or it might have been TikTok, the original Jennifer actress. She's active on social media now, and Eric Stoltz would call her house saying that he was Marty and ask for Jennifer. And she has a sister named Jennifer, so her mom would be like, "Oh, she lives somewhere else." No, Jennifer lives there. Let me talk to her. So he had that weird method thing going on. Fuxie left us a couple of messages. He said, "I saw Back to the Future in the theater. My buddy and I were blown away. Do you really think I should swear?" Yes, goddammit, George, swear. His favorite reference to Back to the Future, besides Rick and Morty, which we didn't really talk a lot about, is the Netflix show Glow, where Mark Maron's character is pitching his script about a kid who goes back in time and meets his mom, who's a horny teenager who keeps trying to sleep with him instead of his dad, and it's called Mothers and Lovers. But the guy says, no, I've seen it. It's called Back to the Future. And Roby says, y'all have to forgive me. I have no comments this week. I promised myself I would never comment if I had nothing relevant to say. That way, I would not be seen as a comment hog who was just making comments so a obsessive child could hear his father's name mentioned over the truck's speaker system. Obviously, the shout-out to me and Patreon producers' credits would not be enough. Maybe I'll have a comment next week that will keep it canon. Okay, cue Jeff and Dustin's giggles as they got the obvious joke in this long-as-hell comment Tim is stumbling over as he reads it on the fly. Ha-ha! I didn't stumble. I promise next week I will keep it canon. And we had a couple of polls up last week as we enjoyed ourselves talking about Back to the Future. What's the best movie from the summer of 1985 when Back to the Future was released? Well, that won handily by 60%. Rambo First Blood Part 2 came in second with 23%. Fletch at 10%. And The Goonies in last place at 8%. I would flip Rambo and Fletch, but there you go. The second poll we had up was who is the most iconic Back to the Future character? Of course, Marty McFly won that, 46%. Doc Brown at 33%. Biff Tannen at 13%. And George McFly at 8%. I would have chosen George McFly a little bit higher than Biff Tannen, but that's just me.
All right, this week on Text Impressions by Tim, we're going to keep with the Superman theme, but we're going to do Peter Falk as Columbo investigating Superman.
All right, this one is from Jeff's.
Mr. Kent, I gotta say, I admire your work at the Daily Planet. How do you always manage to get those front page scoops on Superman? You must have some kind of knack for being in the right place at the right time, huh? Oh, and one more thing. Can I borrow your glasses for just a minute?
This one's from Lizzie.
Superman, now I don't mean to be a bother, really. You probably got planets to save, cats out of trees, that sort of thing. But my wife is a big fan. Huge. She says to me, Frank, that's me, how does a guy with no mask keep a secret identity? And, well, I gotta admit, she's got a point.
And lastly, from Dustin.
Hey, Mr. Superman, sir, if I could just trouble you for a moment. I mean, I know you're busy flying and saving folks and all, but I gotta ask. Spinning the Earth backwards to turn back time? That seems a little extreme just because your girlfriend had a bad day. Oh, and one more thing. If the glasses are the only thing hiding your identity, you don't think maybe, I don't know, people are just being polite?
All right, I think that was Kevin Pollak worthy. All right, everybody, hey, let's do some plugs. Trambles is a weekly show that I do on an audio feed for Radio Labyrinth. So if you subscribe to Radio Labyrinth on any of your favorite pod platforms, that's where you can find it. This week there's a little teaser from Dell, starting to lose it a little bit, and a very amphetamine-laced episode with me with 6 E's. I also do a show called The Tim Andrews Popcast on WSB. My most recent episode features Roger Black, a.k.a. Yucko the Clown, and Waco O'Gwyn. They both talk about the projects that they have right now and some stuff they're doing with their website. And there's a brand new Blu-ray, the worst of Yucko the Clown, available that I'm sure you would all love. You could become a Patreon member and help support this show. We love it if you like and subscribe to the YouTube page or any place where you listen to the show. But to really make an impact, patreon.com/Tim Andrews. Go there right now and you can see all the rewards and things and such. You can also become an executive producer. The executive producer level gets you a t-shirt and, of course, a weekly production credit because you are actually producing this show and some other things. So go to the website and check it out. I want to thank John Allen, Matt Carter, Chris Chandler, Mike D., Jim Fortner, Roby Neely, Jeff Peterson, Tim Slayton, and Brian and Chelsea Smith. Please like, subscribe, turn on the alerts, and all that other jazz. Lots more great shows coming up. And go see Superman. And until next time, please remember to
keep it canon.
They say all good things come to an end.
What's that got to do with this show?